Hello everyone, so good to be here today. I'm feeling particularly festive because this week is going to be powerful. So I've lit a beautiful festive pink from the heart candle for all of us, and I will think of each and every one of you and keep you in my prayers during this time of year. I know it can be bittersweet for some. You're not able to gather with the people that you love, and so that may be hard for you. For others, you may be traveling and stuck somewhere else, whatever. But this is an energy where the light is peaking this week. Tomorrow is December 21st, and that is winter solstice, and it is a time where finally things start to shift. We are entering the age of Aquarius, we've had our baby toe in it, but the two words trying to squish together, the planets, Saturn and Jupiter, are all moving into Aquarius one day apart, and nothing like this has happened for thousands of years, and the last time it did was only to be ushered in an earth sign, and now we're going into an air sign. So this is the predictions of moving into 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Well, we've got a ways to go before all this can shift and change, but just the thought of harmony coming back in and all of that, I really hope that I live for long enough to see some of it. And if not, we'll be back again to see it in the next time. So anyways, as some of you know, I sent out a notice about I will be doing a recording and putting it out for everyone to hear, and the details went out in the December monthly events. So look there, and because it's going to be recorded, it's not too late to sign up. You just need to either call me at 413-526-9840 or email me at trustmac@AOL and let me know that you want a recording of the energies of the new year 2021, and I will get that out to you. All the details are in the December monthly. And then so that's the 21st, and then certainly coming into the 24th and the 25th being Christmas and Christmas and the energy of love and harmony. And remember, it's not really about the gifts. It's not about any of that. It's about gathering with your loved ones and just being in a place that you feel good about things. So whatever joy you can get during this season, whether it's connecting with a loved one on the phone or Zoom or whatever, or gathering with people that you're close with, please do it. We need a little joy. We need a little Christmas in Christmas this year. So thank you a million for all you do for me, and I just can't say thank you enough. And I hope you all have a healthy, blessed Christmas. All right, let's see what the energies are doing this week for Christmas. So for the week of Christmas, for everybody watching, flow, letting go, and natural movement. These are from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms with Colette. Look at that card. So it's the River Queen, and it's a mermaid. Flow, letting go, and natural movement. And it says, The River Queen flows into your life as an ally to remind you about the concept of allowing the law of non-attachment. Remember that all rivers come from the mountains and run into the sea to be absorbed by the larger body of water. There, the liquid evaporates into clouds that rain on the mountains to continue an endless cycle. The River Queen requires you to be fluid and let go of any rigidity and perfectionism. You will travel far and long as you let go and let flow. Even maneuvering around the greatest blockages like water streams around big boulders. No obstacle can hold you back now if you're willing to surrender to the natural flow of events. Be easy on yourself and others and watch how smoothly you move forward. You may be surprised where the river takes you. I love anything that has to do with flow because flow implies we just go along with it and we find our way, and it's the path of least resistance, truly. All right, the next one is from The Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yumbrock Rose. So for this week of Christmas, seek the guide with noble ideals. And this represents Arthur, King Arthur. All right, so let's look at this. All right. Meditate on a historical or mythological figure that has personal significance to you. This may trigger past life memories and help create your own story. I like that. It says, this painting is about an experience in southern England on midsummer in 1993. I was standing on Weary Hill in Glastonbury beyond the holy thorn tree. I could see and feel Arthur's presence all around me. A streak of sunlight suddenly lit up Cadbury Hill, known as Camelot, in the distance, and I knew we should go there immediately. After climbing the hill, I noticed a tight knot of cows blocking the old road to the gatehouse. They were sensing something. They would not move. I wished to show my friends the ancient goddess tree beyond them, so we squeezed through. I picked up an old Roman paving stone, and then it happened. Hoofbeats so loud we wanted to jump out of the way. The sound echoed all around as if bouncing off the walls of a tunnel, and hooves hitting the stone road that is no longer there. Arthur. This was an example of other eras bleeding through to the timeline and the time frame reference. I love that. I've been to Cadbury Hill and Weary Hill and all that. We did not go there in my last trip because we had a lot of ground we were covering, but where Camelot actually was on Cadbury Hill was amazing, the energy there. And you look out over this beautiful big cliff and you can feel it. You can feel the energies there. So this is about, the way I'm taking this is find that archetype in you that's honest, true, and brave. All of the points that Arthur had, and use it this week. All right, the next one's from The Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. First week of December. No, I'm sorry, not first week, third week. Balance. Very interesting card. I love the ones that have numbers on them. They're so much easier than digging through. It says, seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthful or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused this issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances are in your life at the present. It says, working with the lunar cycle on a regular basis helps us actually experience the flow and balance of nature. The moon shows us the gradual and peaceful process of waxing and waning and the phases of perfect balance within. Our bodies, our minds, and our human spirits seek balance, yet perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve. If we try to stand on one leg and balance ourselves, no matter how good we are at balancing, we may be a kind of, we may be it is a kind of dance. It doesn't make sense. The large and small muscles in our legs adjust to keep us upright, always moving, never perfectly still. The rest of our body is also performing a myriad of adjustments, a little to the right, a little to the left, center. It is useful to know where our imbalances lie and to make a decision about moving towards and move beyond version. Self-reflection helps identify this. When we are too something, working too long, thinking too fast, eating too much, we need to be honest with ourselves so we can identify this quite easily. Allowing ourselves a more considered and balanced view invites a true peacefulness into our lives, something that many people I can't read today, sorry. That many people crave in this incredibly busy and chaotic world. Balance allows us to understand that overwhelm isn't a place we want to visit, let alone set up home in. So, interesting, all about balance this week. And I feel that's appropriate because when you think of the holidays and the last minute things and the cooking and the running to this person's house and that person's house, I think we have to recognize that is normally a time. So maybe there's a blessing in all of this that we're not doing as much as we normally would do prior to COVID. Third week in December. Tortoise, you're too fragmented to do whatever it takes to get grounded. It's a beautiful card. These are from Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer, who's passed now. Beautiful card. Tortoise. When you're feeling pressure from any number of fronts, pulled this way and that way by the demands of life, it's very easy to succumb to a false sense of urgency, feel out of balance and fragmented, and be in a constant state of tension. You can become forgetful and have difficulty sleeping. You may even attempt to stabilize and center yourself by resorting to the use of addictive behaviors. Meanwhile, your mind rushes ahead from one thing to the next while your body tries to play catch-up. The technological web, consisting of computers and internet, cell phones, faxes, and television, plus the noises all around, creates a constant assault on your senses. Exhausting, isn't it? First, recognize that most things that you treat as emergency or crises are merely inconveniences. So slow down. Move a little bit slower than you're accustomed to and practice breathing slower and deeper every opportunity you get. This in itself helps you align with your internal rhythms rather than being in a state of continuous reactivity to outside forces. Spend time in nature, take off your shoes and socks. Putting your bare feet on the ground allows you to truly experience your solid connection to the earth. When you do, notice the difference in how you feel and see if your mind isn't at least a bit calmer. It may be challenging at times to do any of this, but it can be done. It just takes your clear intention and willingness. So, telling us, we've got two cards talking about groundedness and balance. And so maybe in your day or in your week, you can find a little time to go for a little hike or a little walk and feel better about things. All right, and we end with Cryon. So the week of Christmas. Divine purpose. Within my Akash are the secrets to who I am. I pull upon my Akashic wisdom, which guides me in everyday life and fills me with divine purpose. So, love that. We have a lot of great ones here. So, the way that I would choose to sum this up is we have to get back in touch with our rhythm, our normal rhythm of life. And what that reminds me of as well is that when we're in the flow of things and we're in the river, we know our natural rhythm. We know how to utilize the seasons and the cycles to everything. So as we go into winter, we know winter's a time to go within, contemplate, meditate, all of that. And so it's not the time you want to be really killing yourself to do things. It's time to go within, rest, so when you come out in the spring, you know your direction. And then using those archetypal people that we would draw on to find those parts of ourselves. 2 cards on balance and not overdoing it this week. And then knowing your purpose in all of this, that there's a bigger something operating in all of this and we need to be there. So once again, Christmas week, enjoy, don't indulge too much because we always seem to pay for it after, but have your joy, even if it's just simple little moments, even by yourself, have your joy, and then also get out in nature in some way, shape, or form. Lots of love to you all. Bye for now.